Welcome to the Cloud Council. My name is Mark Chillingworth. Today we're discussing building a flexible technology estate. Joining me is Dominic Howson, Head of IT and Supply Chain for the Bakers, Hovis. Does a flexible estate change the place of technology, and how do you capitalise on that opportunity?
A flexible estate, it allows you to try different things and to be a little bit adventurous, try technology that you wouldn't necessarily have done previously. It allows, so for a good example, we've been putting all our data up into public cloud data storage over the last few years. So all of our corporate data is pumped into the cloud every 10 minutes. And that's allowed us to do some development, and particularly around some artificial intelligence around demand forecasting as a good example, where we need huge horsepower for very, very short periods of time. We would never have been able to do that 6 years ago if we were sitting in our on-premise, where we'd have to go and buy a server or a blade center or a set of storage to run it from. We can spin this horsepower up, shut it down, run and run the algorithms we need to run. It allows us to start the classic crawl, walk, run. You can do something and try something without causing vast expense. In terms of growing your technological capability, that's a key thing for me in terms of flexibility, and also from a cost perspective. So I can tweak and tune and change my cost base and use cash or the available revenue to invest in technology in other areas. So one of the key areas I was reflecting on how we've structured infrastructure in my previous roles, whereas you'd usually have an underlying set of infrastructure that would be supporting things, antivirus, Windows updates, network management. You'd have all these different tool sets, but actually with using cloud platforms, you can consolidate all of those. And if you haven't got enough horsepower, you can spread it to another resource. And you just have that inbuilt flexibility to change the profile of your landscape. And you don't have to waste resources on what's, again, not using the same terminology, but value add platforms that are no longer not delivering any benefit.
Yeah. And it sounds to me that ability to have horsepower as and when you need it means you're a department that never has to say no. In fact, it can always say yes to anything the business comes up with and says, how do we do X?
Well, there's a limit. We don't have any limits from we don't have any limits from infrastructure power. We probably have some limits on people's availability. But certainly the ability to try something and do something new is certainly there and very readily available to us. And I think it also plays into some of the interactions you have with other companies. So I've been partnering with a number of startups in recent years where we can take their data, interface with them directly in public, across public clouds. We can grant them access to our data that we've never done before. And I think one important point of being able to spin up new technology is actually to grow the skills of your people, which is one thing that doesn't always get talked about. One of the things that certainly a good number of my team have been involved in is that they've been able to, whether that's robotics or analytics or AI development, they've been able to get their hands on technology and play a little bit without causing huge amounts of cost in our business. And we've got some really interesting technology under the covers here that we're playing with that will give real business benefit in the months to come that wouldn't have been possible in a traditional architecture.
And are you then seeing a business and a personal leadership benefit of retention, motivation, because people are seeing new technologies as new opportunities for them, and not the CIO's got a new toy and he'll probably make me redundant?
Yeah, I mean I don't play anything like I used to with technology, so it's the others playing with the technology. But I think we've certainly been able to change career paths of a few individuals in our function. Certainly, I can point to one of our guys used to run our master data team. He's now using and developing robotic automation with a partner that is all based in Azure in Microsoft's landscape, and just giving them a completely different career path rather than sat managing data. Similarly, you've got infrastructure people that are now have been using public cloud functionality for some time, but actually be able to grow their skill base and being, you have to keep them from their recruiters, but certainly the understanding how some of the public clouds hang together and how we can interface those with some of the private cloud functionality that we've got.
Dom, thank you very much. Really useful insights. Thank you for watching, and join us next time on the Cloud Council.